What the heck? Those all used to be trees. They cut them down. Oh man, this day is off to a bad start. Okay, Ottawa is too cold to have my hands out. But you have to do that to press the button on the iPhone, but I want to wear gloves. So let's do this quick. Anne came over to visit last night, but she didn't leave till 1 a.m. And then I took 2 melatonins to try to sleep, and then I woke up at 6:46 and I took 2 more melatonins. And I woke up at 9:30, but I'm still exhausted, so I'm so stupid for not going to bed earlier. And now I'm rushing to Shopify, where my friend Jasmine works. She said she would give me a tour. She gets there at like 9:30 in the morning, and she starts working at 11, and I'm barely going to make it now. So I'm dumb. Built their office behind an old building, and then there's... Actually, how do I get into this? Oh, is it there? Or is it here? I think Okay, I think I'm here with 5 minutes left for what could have been an hour-and-a-half tour. My face hurts from the cold. I mess this up every time I'm in Ottawa. I wind up staying up too late and then ruining my whole trip. Okay, we're in the elevator. I just asked Jasmine if I'm allowed to film in there, and she said nope. So I'm just saying goodbye. This is the last you'll maybe ever see of me, but you can see the elevator's very nice. Nice elevator. They got a TV. She's got a sticker on her sweatshirt. Well, that was insane. I can't even tell you. Yeah, I thought the Google offices in Toronto were nice because they had some food stations and stuff. But Google's office is like an office. This was like if a kid designed his home. I think she said they have 10 floors and each one has a different theme. There was like the Prohibition floor with like old-timey furniture and like even different rooms have a theme. She likes the White Russian room, which is all white couches. There was a go-kart room with like a track. Tons of video game rooms. I didn't see the virtual reality room, but she says there's one that's huge for virtual reality. There's even like a row of like little houses, she said, like people could live in, because there's showers nearby. There's food everywhere. You can pay $100 a month and then you just get to eat all the buffets and everything they make for every meal. But there's also like cereal bars, like actual like where cereal comes out like they have at Kellogg's. And then there was like a shelf of bars and I took one. She said I could pick a bar, and I picked that one. And I'm just trying to think of, like, can I still invent a company like this? Like, how much coding? Like, what do you need to know to say, okay, I'm going to invent this site, and I'm going to make so much money that I can make this building? And they also bought a new office building across. There was a note just outside my door in the basement that said what my family was up to this morning. It said my mom, I can't remember, I left it there. She went for an outdoor run in the morning. My mom went for her run, and then something about an antique show or something, but I can't remember where, so I guess I can't drop by. I don't even know if it's nearby. And then my dad was going with my sister Diana to the cemetery where his father is buried because they've put a flag on it for Remembrance Day. Because my grandfather, Jack Rackless, my Zeta, he was a veteran. So here, they took a picture of my sister with the flag, so I'm going to show it to you now. Okay, I literally just sat in the lobby of this building for 2 hours. Like literally, like totally literally, as you can see by the clock right here. Now I'm gonna go walk to the mall because I don't know. Oh my god, it's cold. Oh god, Ottawa.
Attending a meeting of heads of government of Pacific nations, but he did lay a wreath of remembrance at a ceremony in Vietnam this morning. David, Global News.
News reporter at the National War Memorial.
Pacific Rim leaders, but he did lay a wreath of remembrance this morning at a ceremony in Vietnam. David, Global News.
He wanted to do a second take, so he did. Oh, she's doing a report too. Looks like that's CBC. Very cool. And I'm reporting for my Instagram story, so hope you appreciate that. Whoa. He's doing a third take now. That's a pro. He's making sure he gets it perfect. I don't redo anything because I don't care. Okay, my phone seems to literally be freezing up. Like literally, because it's so cold. You know how cold it is actually? I found this mitt on the ground and I thought, oh, maybe I'll take this and I can have it as a mitt. Look at it. It's so... What? I don't think there's cardboard in there. I think it's literally like frozen. Like I guess it was wet or something. Anyways, I just did a minute-long report that I'll post on Instagram later, just describing the scene here. And now I'm going to go inside. Okay, I'm in the Apple store, and the guy said I could charge my phone on a little stand here, because I told him it was frozen and the battery dropped because of the cold. So it's standing vertically, so I'm leaning this way so you can see me. I asked him if they sell webcams, and he said no, because all their devices have built-in cameras. And I'm like, yeah, I'm using a 2013 MacBook Pro, and he's like, yeah, it's going to be lower resolution. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm doing live streams and I want them to look better. He's like, yeah, go to the store. And then another store guy said hi, and he's like, were you at the parade? I'm like, there was a parade? He's like, yeah, there was a parade. I'm like, well, I was at the statue. He's like, it would have been nice to be at the parade. I'm like, yeah, but my phone froze anyways, so I couldn't have vlogged about it. I didn't know there was a parade. Okay, so I was charging my phone there forever. I'm just chatting on the phone every now and then. And then finally some girl comes over. She's like, can I help you? And I'm like, oh, God, I must look like, I'm some vagrant and they want to kick me out of the store. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the health show. Anyways, so I told her, well, actually, look at my phone. Like, for some reason, I pressed update my OS system. And I'm like, it's going to take a while. And she's like, oh. And it's on the mall Wi-Fi. She's like, ooh, that's going to be slow, too. And then she went and checked, like, whether I can stop it. She's like, yeah, no, you got to just keep it going. But then it actually worked out because we chatted for, I don't know how long that was, maybe half an hour or something. And she takes respiratory therapy in college, but she's on strike now. And I was telling her all about my projects, and I told her about my breathing problems, and it was so much fun. And she told me all about the studio hours, the Apple store, and Today at Apple. She has a hashtag on her pin. I'm like, yeah, I know, I've done a lot of these courses, and that's where I got my podcast mic advice from the studio hours. And when I was talking about, I don't know, at some point I was talking about, like, I have to fix my phone, and was talking about I don't want to lose photos, and she talked about how she lost a lot of photos once, and I'm like, yeah, the one thing for me, though, the one thing that reassures me, when I lost a lot of digital photos is that, well, I've only been taking digital photos for 10 years, so I haven't lost my baby photos. But I said to her, but you've probably lost your baby photos. She's like, no, I'm 29. I'm like, oh, okay, well, it's good to look young. And then eventually she was like, I guess I should go back to, do some work. And I'm like, yeah. I'm just going to go to the health store or the health show and check that out. And this girl across from me, she's like, oh, I was just there and it's so great and I got so much food and they give you a bag and it's full of stuff. Like, I guess she filled her bag with samples and she's like, I'm so full from all the food. I'm like, oh, that's great. Thank you so much for the tips. So I gave the respiratory therapist my info so she could check out my videos. And then on my way out, I gave the tip girl, like the girl who gave me the tip to go to the show, I gave her my info too so she can see this video, like this video. And the interview I do with Holly, hopefully. But I think the thing closes at 4, so I got to stop babbling here and find that place. Oh, and when I was telling the respiratory therapist about how I'm trying to get into shape, so I, minimize my breathing problems, she's like, oh, I know what that's like and everything. And then I told her how I just got a message on Facebook from the woman who's in charge of the fitness training at the Y. She's the fitness coordinator, something like that at the Y. She's like, because she saw the photo I posted with me and my sister, she's like, your sister is so inspiring and everybody loves her and she inspires everybody. And so I was like, cool. And apparently she lost, she's down from 385 pounds. She was 385, now she's like 170. So she's lost, what is that? Do the math, that's a lot of weight. And so I said, I'll try to interview her at some point. And she's like, yeah, I hope to see you guys again here soon. And I'm like, yeah, I got to get back to the Y. Here we are going up the escalator in the new beautiful Shaw Center. Oh, I get it. It's named after the cable company, probably. Very beautiful. Ottawa has a lot of beautiful things. And we talked about, with the respiratory therapist, how the air is better here. Right, here we are. I love this kind of thing. It's like the Green Living Show in Toronto. It's like my favorite thing of the year because it's all people who care about their health and they're all nice and they're selling things and I just love it. And let's find Holly. Look at this. I ran into the Solar Share people. You'll remember them from my vlog where I had one sliced pizza and I came back from the washroom and there was none left. But there'll be more pizza next time, right?
Definitely more pizza. Next time.
But also they're saving the world. So look at that. That's a lot of money. I don't know what that is. So I filmed a 2-minute interview with Solar Share, and then Holly just walked up. She was looking for me because I messaged her on Facebook a while ago, said I was coming to the show. And so now I'm at her booth, and I'm going to do a little interview with her. And And that guy just tried photobombing me, but I was done filming, but we'll get him in a future video. Anyways, I did my first live Be Live TV test with her, if you'll recall. We chatted for an hour, people loved it, so we're gonna have more fun, Holly. Okay, to quickly update you, I guess, okay, you saw me, did you see me go to Solar Share? And then Holly came over, and then she was busy, so I walked around, I interviewed a whole bunch of people. You'll see all those interviews posted on all my social media. Thank me for interviewing him. Crazy D from Crazy D's Soda gave me this little t-shirt for my niece Ayla, so that was very sweet, no pun intended, because they make soda. And then I locked eyes with Pam, who used to work for my mom for 10 years, but I've never met her in person. Or maybe 6 years she worked with her, but she's been my Facebook friends for 10 years. Oh, well, there she is. And she works here, and so we finally met in person. That was fun. And Pam knows Holly, so she wanted to walk with me to Holly to show Holly that she knows me. It's all very confusing. I also called my mom and put my mom on the phone with Pam, and I'm gonna go walk over and meet them soon to go for Chinese food, but I still have to interview Holly, so let's do that. Oh crap, I thought this closed at 6, it closed at 5. I gotta interview Holly like right now. Okay, I did a quick interview with Spiffy, and they gave me, actually, I didn't have cash, so they gave me these free brownies to have for our birthday dessert for my sister, because she can't eat gluten, so thank you, Spiffy. And then I interviewed Holly quick, y'all post that online, and then her friend, I think Claude, came over and showed his beatit.ca drink. I'll post about that. So many great people. Maybe I should come back to this show tomorrow, but in the meantime I gotta go meet my parents. We're going for Chinese. Look at that, it's the newly renovated National Arts Center, Centre National des Arts, and look what they got in here. It's these guys, I don't know, there's some people working the machines here. There's like, it looks like they have little concerts here, and those guys are the sound people. It just makes me so happy to see arts.
Everything you order. The tofu, the
Oh man, still more food is coming. This is quite the birthday feast with my family. Mom is hiding the Spiffy brownies for later. How are they, Diana?
They are to die for.
To die for. There they are.
Brownie on your teeth, don't
So Louise can eat gluten, but she'll still enjoy those. Auntie Susie can't eat gluten. Diana can eat gluten. So they like them. I don't think that's his real name, Dr. Charles E. Dentist. Maybe it's like Dr. Charles E. and it's a complicated Chinese name. And now there's a woman talking to my uncle. All right.
Did you take a picture of that sign?
So my mom is now checking my Instagram story to see what I did during the dinner. So now I'm going to film her checking my Instagram story.
That's a big church.